Hi guys, I'm Rishi. I'm the Vice President of SciComm, and today I'll be walking you through the content and words part of making and presenting a poster. So let's start with the basics. These are just key points for you to keep in mind as we go through this presentation and as you design your poster. So you should aim for a word count between 300 and 800, and keep in mind that less is more. You want this poster to be concise, and you want it to kind of speak for itself. If you have too much text, it becomes harder to focus on what's important, and then your audience takes less away from it. So to that end, bullets, numbering, and headers are definitely your friends. You want to use these to sort of break up the text and to sort of highlight important points. And you should make your important information stand out. One of my favorite ways to do this is to make it a different color, as you can see here. Although it may seem as if purple here was not a good choice because it doesn't stand out too much. So there's a tip. So headers specifically, these introduce your text, so you want them to stand out. So you can do this by making them a different color, and you can also bold them if you'd like. And you should use white space here. As you can see on the bad headings, the word introduction seems to be the same color and it's in line with the body text. And this makes it hard for someone who's standing a couple feet away from your poster or just walking by to find where your sections are. So if you make them a different color, you bold them, and you start your body text on the next line, it makes it very clear where your sections start. So if someone comes up to your poster and they just want to see, oh, what did you do? What were your methods? They can find them super easily. That's a great thing. So fonts and text. So serif is the little lines on the end of letters. You can see it mostly on the S there. So you want your titles to be sans serif. That means without serif, because it's just cleaner and it's easier to read on when it's a large font size. And conversely, your body should be a serif font because that's easier to read when there's a lot of text. So an example of a sans serif text is Arial, and a serif text is Times New Roman. Although there are a lot of options out there, so definitely check them out, but those are just two very common ones. You should also remember to vary your font sizes. Your title should be the largest, your subtitle a little bit smaller than that, and then going down, as you can see in this image, down to captions. Your image captions really don't need to be big because you're going to be talking about your images a lot. So you don't need to also have a lot of large text explaining it. And a good line spacing is somewhere between 1.25 and 1.5, just because like a single spaced poster is going to be a little hard to read. It's going to look like a wall of text, which is something you don't want. So giving it that line spacing puts some white space between your lines and makes it easier to read. And finally, let's get to content. So like, what should you have in this poster? A good guideline is to have introduction, methods, results, conclusions, and acknowledgements on there. So these should be like really condensed versions of what's on your paper, because remember, the point of this poster is to be concise, to get your point across with as few words as possible. And another helpful guideline is to type what your images don't say. Like images and diagrams say a lot for your research. And if there's something important that the images don't say, that's something you're going to want to type. Okay, so that's it for the content and words presentation. I really hope this was helpful. And if you have any comments or questions, you can feel free to email us at SciComm. Thank you.